Oh my goodness, I can't even see. It's crooked. This is where I need help. Alright, y'all. That's overcorrected. Okay, I am washing dishes. This is the day that the Lord has made. Oh, this is gross. I have so many dishes that need to be washed. It is ridiculous. I don't know why. I have not been wanting to wash dishes. But whatever I was going through, here he is. I just want company, you know? I don't need help, just need company. So welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I have been putting off dishes. This is gross. I need to stop. I need to stop putting things off and just do it. Hi, Marriage 25. Okay, Marriage 25. If you go to my channel, look into like my profile, there's an email. So go ahead and give him my email and then he can message me his number. Robert, I went for a walk just now. There's a full moon out. It was lovely. Y'all, I got into like a depressed phase kind of, where I didn't care if my house was clean. That's kind of, you know, when I stopped posting cleaning videos, that's about the time I was like, I don't care. Okay, so what I did is put my font as big as it can go. I learned how to do it just for this purpose. To be able to go live with you all while I'm like washing dishes and stuff. Since I could never get my child to read comments for me, you know what I mean? I gotta make do with what I have over here. So yeah, my walk was just so beautiful. And things are happening, y'all, that I'm not ready to share. And I was just having a talk with the Lord, like, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, I know you will make it easy. I won't have any doubts or questions in the next, you know, whatever I choose to do next in life. Yes, Robert, thank you for your support. Furious, I wish I have lost weight. I have not. I'm so disappointed in myself. You know, I was wanting to lose weight for my son's senior year thing, like his football thing, because I had to walk on the field in front of everybody, y'all. I didn't lose any weight. I was so upset. And I was like, you know what? I care, but I don't care. The people that are here, they know my size, they know my shape, they know what I look like. So, it is what it is. I'm trying though. I am trying. Always trying. I just don't try enough. Y'all can't see my candle, can you? I've got my candle going, but you can't see it. Cleaning is always funner when I have company, y'all, aka you all. My life is so boring, y'all. Oh, thank you, Robert. Yeah, it is a process. Most definitely. Definitely, definitely. Life is so much easier when you have someone to do life with. For instance, when you have a gym partner, a walking partner, you know, they make you accountable. It makes it fun, and then it doesn't feel like work. I was gonna reuse these Ziploc bags. Forget that. Oh my goodness, I'm just so ashamed of my mess here. Hi, John. I'm not needing anyone to move in. Thanks for keeping me company, Robert. But yeah, today I tidied up my living area. I vacuumed. So now it's time to wash dishes. I think I'm feeling like I want to get back into, what do you call it? Get back into the routine of keeping my house clean. John, where do you live at? Where are you from? What? Because I believe that a woman should wash dishes. I need a man to do yard work. I need a man to keep up the vehicle maintenance. To, you know, there's lots of dishes are for me to do. That's why I don't ever have my son wash dishes, because that's not his role, and I don't want him to do that. Whew. I almost cut myself off. We need to stop that. My what do you call this? Whisk is a little bit messed up. It's actually my son's godparents, when he was younger, they gave him a really cute Star Wars baking set. Well, it wasn't really a baking set, but they knew he used to like to help me in the kitchen when he was younger, you know, when he was younger. And that is one of the things we have kept. He messed up the other stuff with slime, and I don't know what else he did with it. You know, he was a boy. A boy being a boy. He is a boy. Wow, John wants to be a houseman. Any ladies want that? I need a man's man, not a houseman. Oh, good grief. Oh my. Okay, I need to let some of these dishes soak. Hey, Rising 7X from Texas. Hello. Hi, Beto. You know, I'm washing dishes. Something I really don't like to do, though, but I'll do it. No one else is doing it but me. Yeah. So this month, I increased my step count. I've been walking to work and walking home and walking at night when I can. So I did my nighttime walk, and I felt energized to wash dishes. I don't know why, it's like the forks get used up the most. We have plenty of spoons, but I always have to wash forks, more so than spoons. I think it's time for me to buy more forks. This is my watermelon bucket. Is it still watermelon season? I don't know. Thank you, Veto, for being a new sub. My day is good. Thank you. Good night, Veto. Oh, goodness. That was a really quick visit. All right. I have a few more dishes, but they need to soak. I'm gonna let them soak, and that's that. How many minutes does that take? 14? That's not bad. But it's like, where are y'all at? Not the whole kitchen is not clean. I have to clean my stove. Y'all didn't need to see that. Yeah, the moon is nice and bright. Okay, everybody's gone. Type a 1 if you're still here. You like my hair, Robert? Oh, I thank you. Robert is still here. Okay, let me see if I missed any comments. I know not a lot of people were here. um, okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my cell phone. Hold on. Y'all, I have fear of missing out sometimes. So I need to check that I didn't miss. What are my steps? Oh, good. I met my step count and a little bit more. You know what, Robert? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I really do believe that my weight is preventing me from my future husband. I mean, that's the only thing I can think, because everything else about my life is absolutely wonderful. So why don't I have a husband? Oh well. If I'm going to be alone, I'm okay with that. You know, if I'm going to be single for the rest of my life, I'm okay with that. I was trying to watch TV, but nothing seemed interesting. Robert doesn't know. Nobody has that answer except God. You know? Oh, I forgot a cup to wash. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for keeping me company, Robert. Whoever else is here, I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day. We all want connection. We all want someone to relate to. Not 100%, but in general. And so the people that are meant to find my channel, y'all are here. I usually put up Christmas stuff by November 1st or starting November 1st. Y'all, I just wasn't in the mood. So I still have fall, and I'm thinking maybe next weekend I'm going to get into my Christmas decor. And I need to get serious about having the carpet from upstairs, the stairs up, replaced. So I need to go talk to the carpet people I would really like to get that done and then decorate for Christmas upstairs. Maybe tomorrow I will go to the local carpet place. People. Thank you, thank you. Who else is out there? I know Robert's here, which I appreciate him being here. But who else is here? Like, what's going on? Robert, what time is it where you're at now? Because I think there was a time change now. So what is the time? Oh, so now we're 1 hour difference where we used to be 2 hours difference, right? Son, I have dinner here. You said you were hungry. Huh? I got you quesadilla.
Oh, from Lucas.
Yeah, and I got you a quesadilla. Oops. Hey, Rod is back. Rod, where are you from? Tell me a little bit about you. The people who come here more often, I want to know a little bit more about you. You know, the ones that just come for the moment, I don't really ask them too many questions. You live in Sackatoon, Arizona? Do you really? I know where that's at. I remember I have 2 friends. No, actually, I have 3 friends from that area. You know, from high school. I do have 3 friends. It's a small world. It really is a small world. I won't say who they are, you know, for privacy reasons, for my own privacy, for their privacy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you know who they are. I have not spoken. Okay, so 2 of them I have not seen since high school times. The other one, we run into each other every now and then. Yeah, it is so crazy. So what's going on in Sackatoon? Okay, so yeah, it is gonna be 8 o'clock here. Oh, like you used to be in track or something? Or you run around the neighborhood? Oh my goodness, there's Miracle. So YouTube has changed how I see your guys' names. But I know this is Miracle. Oh, that's cool, Rod. So you like run around. I'm doing good. Well, I always say I'm doing good, and sometimes I'm not so good, you know? That's weird. What does mine say? I'm trying to do good, alright, y'all? I'm trying to fake it till I make it. You're training for a marathon? That is so cool. I was thinking about that. Not a marathon, but like doing a 1 mile run, walk, 5 mile walk type of thing. Like maybe start with one with a 1 mile and work my way up. I just don't know where those are located, to join. I I do have some Facebook friends who do that, so maybe I should check out their pages and see where they're going. Yeah, it is never too late. Miracle, I am trying to enjoy life, and not being on social media, aka live streaming. But I do miss it. I miss y'all. I'm like, what's going on with them? I'm just going through a phase, I suppose. You went to the Boots in the Park. Well, that weekend I ended up being sick. So I didn't go anywhere. Yeah, I actually wanted to go to a rodeo that was happening that same weekend, but I did not feel good. Yeah. I was pretty healthy in the early this year, like in the springtime, whenever I usually get sick, but it hit me in the fall. It did not keep me home. Like, I still showed up to work every day because, y'all, I don't have sick time. I'm part-time. So I could not afford to miss work. I probably did. Miracle. Yeah, so the weekend was the worst. Um, and then I was just really emotional going through my son's homecoming week and then having his last football game. That was really emotional. I was in my feelings, and I just didn't want to I didn't want to go live. But we got through it. The Lord gave me the strength, the courage, and we got through it. I enjoyed every moment of it. He's a senior. He's not quite grown, y'all. He's not 18. He'll be grown when he's 18. Yeah, he gets upset. He's like, Mom, all of my friends are turning 18. And I want to hang out with them, and they don't have curfews now or whatever. Whatever their situation is between them and their parents. I'm like, son, I understand your friends are turning 18, but you ain't. So you've got a curfew, and don't you forget it. Yeah, Rod, it was it's quite a week. Yes, okay, so the last game, the last game day, okay, it all started with having their last football meal. So I wasn't going there for a while, and then I went to the senior one because there was a lot of, when I first started going, not a lot of parents were coming to help. And then more and more were coming, and I just felt like I was in the way. So why go? But I did go to the senior meal. Then I got sick too, so I didn't want to be around them being sick. that was really, you know, we did a little more. We were a little more extra with that last meal. And more of the senior parents came than usual. So we chatted, we connected, we took pictures. And then I went home because the game wasn't going to start for hours later. And my son calls me. He's like, Mom, can you please bring me my white socks? Let me tell you this though. My son came home too, just to do a quick grab his stuff and then get back to the locker room. Before he walked out, I said, Son, do you have everything you need? He's like, yes. And he leaves and he calls. And so I take him the white socks. And then I'm walking back to my car. And he's like, Mom, I also need my compression shirt because I thought I had one in my locker room, but it's gone. So then the mom in me comes out. I'm like, I got into my truck and then I got back out and I walked back to the locker room. So that was locker run 2. Hey, Miss Barb, I'm talking about my son's last football game. And I'm like, you need to ask everyone who has that shirt because I'm tired of your stuff being misplaced, taken. I'm tired of it. And he wouldn't do it. He's like, Mom, this was the one the school provided us, so I'm not worried about it. But can you just bring me my white one? I'm like, I'm trying to keep my cool because it's the last game. So then I go back to my truck, come home, get my son's compression shirt, go take the third walk to the locker room. And that's when I decided to record, because I'm not going to have that moment again, walking to the locker room. And I just enjoyed the moment. Oh, Miss Barb, she says, I pray you're feeling blessed. Thank you, Miss Barb. Same to you. And then I came home. I think I went live, or did I? I had every intention to, and I don't know if I ended up going live to put on my makeup. Or maybe I put my makeup on before the meal time and I went live. I don't remember. And then I got my game bag ready. I was trying to get a hold of my dad. He would not answer the phone. He would not answer the door. I don't think he was even home. So finally I came home. Miss Barb, school is going good. Well, it's really good in one of my classes. In my other class, I'm not doing as good as I wanted. I mean, I'm still passing, but not doing as good as I wanted. And the professor keeps canceling class. So I learned, as soon as I get home from work, I check in to the website to see if there's any messages from the professor. Because one day I showed up and there was no class. So I was like, I just wasted my gas. But I think, yeah, he just keeps canceling class. But we still have work to do. So yeah, I'm just... Yeah, I'm not sure that, I really do. Hey Juan, I really do commend the moms who have a lot more going on than I do, and they're going back to college. But I just don't want to miss out on my son's life, you know? So I'm not taking college as seriously as I thought I would. um, you want to see me win? I want to see you win too, Robert. What's going on in your life? Anything? Do you have any goals? Anything you're working towards? But yeah. Yeah, I was pretty determined that I was not going to end up crying at my son's last football game because I'm emotional, but I'm not that emotional, especially in public, if that makes sense. I'm more of I am very emotional in private and not so much in public. But as I listened to, let me see if I can share it with y'all. No, I might just end up doing a video of what my son. So the seniors got a piece of paper, and it said, "Okay, what is your name? What is your jersey number? What are your parents' names? Who's going to be walking with you? And what is the message you want to give to the people who will be walking with you?" And then they also asked who's an inspirational staff member and what is the message for them. So when I listened to what my son's message for me was, y'all, I had to fight back the tears. My son is incredible. And he told me, he's like, "Mom, I don't want you to know what I'm going to say. Don't read my paper. You'll hear Friday night." Oh, yes, God has me. Thank you, Barb. Same to you. Okay, Robert is enjoying life and he wants to better himself. Yes, my dishes are done. I think it took 14 minutes. It looked like more than what it was. And once I started washing dishes, I got it all done. Oh, look at that. Faithful to the Bay. I know your picture, but everybody's names are looking different now. So yeah, when I listened to my son's message, I smiled, but I wanted to cry. And my niece captured it all because she got right down in front of us to record me. So she sent me her video. It was fun. It was so fun. I am so glad for the experience, and I'm thankful that, everything happened the way it did. There was a lot of fun moments. It's just beautiful. Hello, PGE 1929. Okay, y'all, my son will probably be mad that I'm going to share this, but I'm going to tell y'all. Because y'all are my friends. You're my YouTube friends. So, before the game started, we walked down to, it's like a blow-up tunnel. It's a blow-up tunnel, so we walked down there and we lined up all the seniors along with whoever was walking with them. So me, being the nerd that I am, I read all the instructions on what we were to expect, what was going to happen. So when I got down there, these senior boys, there was 13 of them all together. They're just standing around like nothing. I said, "Hey, you guys need to line up in numerical order." And I'm like, "Okay, there's so-and-so, And then I get to where my son should be standing. I'm like, where is my son? Of course. Of course, it would be my child who was missing. And they're like, he's in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, I said, my child is always late. So they just start laughing. And then my son comes along. I'm like, okay, you get in your place. And then we start getting in. The parents, followed as well, and they got next to their child, their son. And then we walked through the tunnel. I was like, this is my first time going through the tunnel. I was happy. You guys, I act just the way I act on here, I act in person. I'm not as silly though in person, but especially around my son, If I was around complete strangers, I probably would have kept my thoughts and my words to myself. But because my son was right there, I was having fun. And I was recording us in the line. I was recording us, until it was our time to walk. But we had fun. And my son, we were listening to everybody else's little speech or their little statements about their parents. And one of them, y'all, I won't say exactly who it was or what they said, because just in case they're watching, I don't want them to know that that I was laughing. But my son started chuckling after he heard their statement. And so then I started I started laughing too. And then the person next to us, who was the staff member, they started laughing. I was like, okay, they could have put a little more effort into their statement. But it was fun. It was really nice. It was a really good experience. Oh, I'm going to show you the flowers they gave me. They're drooping. But us mothers... See, my rose is already falling. But us mothers, we received these flowers. This is so beautiful. I don't know what it is, but it is doing so good. And this one is not. Yeah, so that was cool. I kind of felt bad because some of those parents, they go extra, they go overboard in doing like a little gift for their child. It wasn't little, it was big. For instance, one of the moms she was holding like this basket, I guess, and it had a football that had all kinds of, it was bedazzled, right? And I'm like, this is just high school, y'all. I mean, yes, it was the last game and all, but... And then another parent also had a football bedazzled, but I guess they didn't have it that night to share, so they posted it on their Facebook. Yes, and then some of the football players had girlfriends that made this huge basket for them. Some people brought in balloons and all these like bobblehead posters. And I'm like, I didn't do much. I didn't do anything. So then I'm like, I just think that's going overboard though. And I'm not going to do what other people are doing. So what I did was just make myself a shirt, and I bought the numbers to wear my son's numbers on the back of my shirt. It was a shirt I already had, actually. That's what I did. But I think sometimes when you, this is my experience, okay? When you over celebrate your child at that young of an age, it's almost like, what else can I do? Like, what else is there to accomplish? I have this big celebration right now. I don't know if that makes sense, y'all. I thought that was you, Casanova. So, I don't know. I celebrate, my child every day because I'm grateful for him. He knows I really love him. I don't know that I needed to have all kinds of posters and balloons and gifts. What do you guys think? Anybody listening? Yeah, he's asleep right now. Football season is over, so he comes home after school and goes to sleep. And I keep trying to get him to stay awake so he can sleep at nighttime. But, yeah, he's asleep. I mean, he's in his room probably just laying there. Because I did call him earlier. Yes, it's been a while, right, Casanova? Oh, thank you, Miss Barb. You know what, Casanova? I was going through some stuff too. But I'm glad you got yourself together. Actually, I take that back. My son has been coming home and working on his truck because he's having truck problems. So he's been working on his truck. And then he goes to sleep, take a nap. You were in a relationship, Casanova, and it's too stressful. Yes, God does get us through it all. Um, Things were getting a little bit. I think my son, he didn't want to admit it, but I think he was a little upset with football ending. It didn't go exactly the way he wanted it to. And he was getting very angry. So I was sitting in his room, not doing a ninja hug, but I was praying over him, praying for him, praying over him. And I think that really helped. Do you think I should change my picture because I've been having an old picture? Yes, Casanova, I want to know what you look like now. Like, recent. Yeah, my son and I hugged a lot on the football field. Before, after. They did a really cool ceremony at the end. And I was like, son, because a lot of his friends, his teammates that are seniors, they were crying. I was like, son, if you want to cry, it's okay. This is your moment. This is the time to do it. And he's like, Mom, if I cry, it's because my body is in so much pain. He had to work hard that night. He worked hard. I didn't realize that in the moment, but he had blood dripping down his leg from a cut. He was limping. His thumb, he said, kept getting jammed, so he had to keep like trying to pull it back into place or whatever. What if you command him to give you a hug? Yeah, when I say, son, give me a hug, he does. Is he gonna play college ball? What colleges is your son going to? I don't know where he's going. He would like to play. Y'all, I don't want him to play football. I would rather him play baseball at college. Only because it's just so much, it's so rough. You know, you get banged in the brain and it causes what, no, what is that thing? You know what Aaron Hernandez had? I don't want him to risk having that problem. But I think he wants to try college football. So we'll see. Oh, yes, Casanova. Isn't that so cool? I'm glad we connect. I mean, that's why you keep coming back, right? Oh, you feel like the relationship you were in looked at you like you had a money tree. That was not cool. You don't think college football is that bad? Oh yeah, CTE. Miss Barb, he has his dream college. Of course, I highly recommend he just goes to the local college here because it would be free. But I think he has plans of going, I don't want to say it, y'all, but he has plans of going where his dad lives just to go to college and then come back, he said. But usually when you move out somewhere, you almost don't come back. So that it makes me a little bit sad to think about that. Yes, I haven't seen you, Casanova. Life happens. And usually when people disappear, I'm like, okay, maybe they're in a relationship. Maybe they're going through something. But I do think of y'all who stop showing up. Miss Barb, how is life going for you? Because I know for a while we didn't see you either. Robert just broke out. He wants to see me do the Cupid shuffle. I try to be genuine because I don't want to be any other way. It's so easy for me to be real instead of pretend and then have to remember, what was I pretending to be? What did I say that wasn't real, You know what, Robert? My cousin is getting married this month, which is why I'm trying to walk, get more steps in, trying to lose weight. I went back on a dating app. I really want to date for my cousin's wedding. I don't know if that will happen, but I'm hopeful so that I can have me a dance partner. And if they play the Cupid shuffle, I will see if somebody will record me dancing. Oh, goodness. That just sounds funny saying it. Okay, Miracle says it's more fundamentals than anything so he can get school and scholarships. He's got a high GPA, y'all. So I know as far as grades goes, he'll have no problem getting into college. So yeah, we shall see. Yes, Miss Barb, we all have things, right? Yep, Casanova, things are expensive. They are. That's why one reason why I decided to start walking to work again, because the weather is nice. I have no excuse not to. So I'll save on gas money. Uh, PGE, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you take care of yourself, Casanova. Yeah. Sorry. I am so sorry about that. You know what? There's other things going on too, not just what I went through with, the emotional weeks with my son. There's other stuff going on in my life, y'all. And I'm just praying and praying for the Lord to show me, like, show me the way, show me what it is I need to do, reveal to me, I but I'm trying to keep the joy in my heart, regardless of what I go through. Yep, we got to keep pushing. It's like one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour, 1 day. Depending on how serious it is. Sometimes people, yes, I need a dance partner for my cousin's wedding. uh, if you're going through something really, really intense, it's probably like, okay, let me take this 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time. That would be so cool, Casanova. Let God lead you. Amen. 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 Thankfully, what I'm going through right now is just 1 day at a time. Let's just figure out today, and we will get through, and then tomorrow, get through tomorrow. Oh, goodness. Oh, I I was trying to read the book of Enoch, y'all, but I got off track with that. Soon I'll get back to it. I am keeping my Bible times in the morning, Monday through Friday, and I am keeping with my Proverbs 31 Saturday morning time. I don't know that I could commit to anything else. It's just whenever I show up, I show up. And I said it the other night, maybe a week ago, but I've mentioned my ex a few times. Some of you guys have heard me. And I closed that door, right? But I didn't quite lock it. I didn't quite throw away the key. So every now and then he would message me out of the blue. And I would respond out of kindness. If there's something that I wanted to share with him, like, hey, there's this opportunity, you should check it out, type of thing, then I would message him. Well, with my son's football, I invited him to two different games. Because let me say, throughout the time, he's like, I miss you. I never send a message like that to him, but he sends me those messages. I really miss you. He even asked to come and see me. I was like, nah, that wouldn't be a good idea. at the time. So I invited him to the football games. I'm like, that's just 2, 3 hours of kind of hanging out, but kind of not. And because I was with him for so many years, my son knows him. My son's comfortable with him, but he didn't show up. And I think I'm ready to throw that key, lock the door, and throw the key away. Finally. He ended up messaging me, like, being really nasty. He's like, how did you expect me to go when you told me at the last minute? Well, first of all, my son has a football game every Friday night, so that's not any news, right? Football games are always Friday at 7 p.m. Y'all, I'm getting serious here. And I was thinking, I didn't tell him this. I didn't even respond. I didn't react to his message. But I was thinking to myself, if I was important, you would figure out how to make it work. And I wouldn't have invited him if I didn't think he wouldn't at all be able to make it. It's my understanding he has weekends off and he works, like in the daytime. Robert says, we all love you. I don't know if everyone loves me, but thank you, Robert. Yeah. That's part of the reason that, one of the many reasons it didn't work out with my ex, because he didn't show up. I would tell him way in advance. I used to tell him way in advance about things that were happening, that I would love for him to be there, to give him time. If he needed to take time off of work, request it, whatever. He wouldn't show up. And then, what else was I going to say? I also reached out to my brother, who is newly a free man, who I have not seen him since he's been out. He hasn't seen my son. So I knew he couldn't make it here because he's far away right now. He lives far away. So I sent him the YouTube link of where they show the games for my son's school. It's free, So I said, hey, brother, I hope you're doing well. My son's having his last football game. And I said, if you don't have any other plans, check out the game on TV, on YouTube. That's all I said. Lion, this is my channel, so yeah, it's gonna be my side, my story. So then my brother responds, wow. Something like, I haven't heard from you. Yo, I have been trying to get a hold of him, but he don't want to talk to me. He did not give his cell phone number to me or my older brother. His cell phone number. He has chosen who he wants to have a relationship with, apparently. But I was like, he said, unfortunately, we have grown apart. And I'm like, no duh. No duh. And I'm thinking, this is not about you and me. This is about my son. Like, I'm inviting you to watch my son, who did nothing wrong to you. Y'all, it's been emotional all around. But you know what? Life goes on. Oh, Miracle says he would have showed up. Yeah. My family in general has grown apart. So my brother, he doesn't know how true that statement is. It's not just mine's and his relationship. My whole family has grown apart. It's like I remember when I was a little kid and my great grandmother was still alive. We would all gather at her house for holidays, for whatever. It was her kids, her grandkids, her great grandkids, all of us. She passed away. So then, the family kind of separated. And then it was my grandmother. All of her kids and grandkids would get together. And then my grandmother passed away. And so the family, became more separate. And then my mother took it upon herself to try to get the family together. And some showed up, not all. But then when my mother passed, we became more separated. That's just life, though, I think. So, needless to say, yeah, there wasn't a lot of people at my son's last game. uh, Not a lot, but I am so thankful for the ones that did show up. I'm very thankful. And y'all, I'm going to start crying. All right, I need to change the subject. Yeah, because my dad did not show up. I couldn't get a hold of him. He didn't show up. My older brother didn't show up. Those were the people I was counting on the most. And my brother's kids, I was counting on them the most because I used to support them at their games all the time when they were growing up. My niece did go. She only stayed for the opening ceremony, which was nice. Unfortunately, I didn't get to take a picture of her with my son. So she's not in any pictures. And then my oldest nephew, he did go to the game. He didn't stay long enough to take a picture with my son. Things happen and it's like, I don't know. Life just isn't fair. It is not fair, y'all. It is not fair at all. Yeah, because at the football game, my one of his friends, his son plays football and he was a senior too. So after we did the senior ceremony, which was right before the start of the game, my brother's friend comes up to me and he's like, "Yeah, have you talked to your brother? My newly freed brother." He's like, "Me and him talk and I'm trying to help him out and he's going to come down this weekend." And I'm like, "Oh, wow." I was like, "I really don't talk to him." I was like, "I tried, but it's just a little bit sad." Okay, y'all. Anyone want to change? What? Anyone have a subject they want to talk about? Any subject. Yeah, so I'm trying to check my dating app twice a day. I don't want to get obsessed with it. To see if I get any messages, if there's any matches. Thank you, Robert. I'm glad you're still here. This is like my venting. You know what? This is my life that I share with you all. I don't have anything else to talk about. So I'm just talking about me. Rod wants to know where I live. I live in Arizona. I don't say exactly where I'm from because for privacy reasons. Like I was saying. Robert, but if you have other things to do, do not feel bad that you gotta leave, you know? Don't feel bad at all. Okay, so the first day that I walked to work, I want to just tell y'all. The first day I walked to work, which was Monday, well, I was walking to work in the spring before it got too hot, and so now I started walking again. My coworker, I don't know where he was because he lives at the apartment complex. So I don't know where he was at, but he pulled up into the parking lot just as I was walking in also. He's like, "Hold up. Why are you walking? What happened to your car?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it." I was like, "I'll tell you later or whatever." And so me and my coworker get along really good, which is cool. But I'm gonna tell y'all, my paycheck. Okay, the company I work for, they do not do direct deposit. They only do paper checks. My paycheck did not come on time. So that's why I'm trying to save money where I can because I ain't got paid yet. So that's what I told my coworker. I'm like, I didn't get my paycheck. I know he did. I know he got his a few days before Monday. I was like, so I'm not driving until I get paid. So if I gotta go somewhere, I'm not going anywhere. I don't got gas to put in my car. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. Maybe the Lord is like, Vanessa, you need to get back to walking. So I'm not gonna give you that paycheck yet. You know what I mean? Like everything just kind of works together. So then my coworker's like, well, I can take you home after work. I was like, don't worry about it. I said, the weather is so nice. I'm just gonna walk home. So yeah, I walked Monday to work, Tuesday. I plan on working tomorrow. Walking tomorrow because there's still no paycheck. Yeah, it's all good. So I just have to leave my house earlier to get there, to get to work on time. Anybody else walk to work? Did anybody take a walk today? I'm so curious, like, who is listening to me jabber right now? Jibber jabber. You walked. All right. Miracle. Yeah, I have to have a really, really good reason to walk, if that makes sense. You know, because it's like, it's just so much easier to get into the car. Because after work, I can drive to the store if I need to, or I can go do this after work instead of waiting to get home. But I think it's really good. You went for a hike. That is awesome. That is so cool. Yeah. I'll probably, even if I still don't have a paycheck by Friday, I'll probably drive to work because I do have, what is the, I think I have to go to the store for work purposes. I need to go to the store. Hey Drago, how are you? Wouldn't it be funny if I had an Uber or a Lyft and used my company's petty cash to pay for the ride? I'd be like, what were you doing that for? Yes, they did lose. I didn't even stay to watch the whole game at my brother's house. At a certain point, I just knew they're not gonna win. So I think I stayed until 8 o'clock, and then I came home. I was like, yeah, these boys are not winning today. Drago, remind me, or I don't know if I've ever asked, where are you from? How old are you? I think that's been charging plenty. You know, looking at the rest of the Cowboys schedule, it's going to make Thanksgiving come so quickly. Because I think they have a bye week coming up. Oh, no, they're going to play Monday night. They have a bye week. And then it's like Thanksgiving. Oh, you're from Austria. Anyone have Thanksgiving plans? Oh, goodness. I haven't even thought about it. Oh, you were going to run today, but other things happened. All right. Yeah, I hear that. I wanted to take a walk yesterday, but then the Dallas Cowboys game happened. So I did not walk yesterday night, but today I did go for my walk, before I started washing dishes. It was nice, dark, with the full moon, of course, the street lights. I would prefer to walk in the dark. I know it's not very safe, but I enjoy walking in the dark the most. You're gonna do it tomorrow? All right. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, I need to RSVP to my cousin's wedding. I didn't even know. Um, I'm gonna put 3 people just in case I bring someone. Hello, 77. You know, the names have changed on YouTube, so I remember some of you and I don't remember others. For instance, if we go back to the Diamond Arsenal, his name used to appear as Miracle, but I know that he's AKA Diamond Arsenal because he has his own YouTube channel. But if I didn't know that, I wouldn't connect that he's Miracle, if that makes sense. They need new players and they need new starters, new strategy. Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. We got lucky when the Cardinals went to punt, and I think it was number 19 on the Cowboys. He blocked it, and then it went all the way rolling into the end zone, and then 94 fell on top of it, the football. We got so lucky to get that touchdown. Rod likes to run in the rain. Are you a Cardinals fan? Or Cowboys? Remind me, Miracle. I think you're Cowboys. You know, that's one game I have not gone to that I would love to go to a NFL game. I've been to other sporting events. Oh, I need to do something else. I just remembered. I need to look into another sporting event to get tickets. Yeah. You know, I watch the game, you know, but I don't really pay that much attention. And my brother, he pays attention. And he's like, the Cowboys win against the people you don't think they would win. And then they lose against the teams that you think they would win. That's what he has noticed. You know, because of their record. I think it was so weird though that one of the games ended in a tie. I didn't know they did that. I figured they would keep going until someone scored, until someone would win. Does it rain a lot in Sackatone, Rod? Yeah. It happens often. Oh, the ties? See, I just don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to that level. I just go and enjoy the game. Sometimes I listen to the statistics that the commentators bring up, and I'm like, wow, they really have a statistic for that or for this? It's just crazy. You know, one thing I will say though, I have been sleeping so good the past few months. I don't know why. I don't know what changed, but I have been sleeping so good. Because it just seemed like I was always tossing and turning. And now I just get so comfy. Maybe it's because it's a little bit cooler. That could be it. Overall, it's a bit cooler. I'm saying that because I'm looking at the clock and I'm looking at what my alarm is set for. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to have a good night sleep. I'm also happy that my electric bill is not sky high anymore. It finally, since the weather dropped, you know, the temperature, so has my electric bill. Amen. Hallelujah. Rod likes the Chiefs. All right. Yeah, I know that during the summer my electric bill gets high. But it's just a few months and then it goes to a very affordable you know, rate. Does anyone on here have solar panels for your electricity? Did I tell you all that it was a few weeks ago, someone was knocking at my door and I turned on my Ring camera to see who it was. They looked like a regular person. They almost even looked, they favored one of my son's friends. And I'm like, so I turn on the microphone and I'm like, hello, how can I help you? And I don't know what he was saying or if he said anything. He looked like he didn't want to talk to the camera. So then I opened the door. I'm like, how? My hair was crazy too, y'all. Because I was, I had taken an afternoon nap that day and my hair was wild. And I didn't even care. And I'm like, how can I help you? And then he starts telling me that he's like, are you the owner? He starts telling me about solar panels. He's like, I have this plan for you. And I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in solar panels. And then he's like, well, I have this other option. I'm like, what other option is there? He said, well, it's another plan, but also with solar panels. I'm like, didn't you just hear me say I'm not interested in solar panels? And he's like, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm like, I just said I'm not interested. Like, goodbye. Go. Okay. Hey, Lady Sky. Rod says, no, but I got lucky a few times this past month and I got to run in the rain. Oh, that's cool. What's going on, lady? Life has not been going well for you here recently. Talk to us. Robert wants to give you a hug. You know what, lady? Life is going to be what you make of it. So maybe there's something you can change that's in your control. You can change it and make your life a little bit better. You know what, lady? It seems like we're all going through something right now. That's what we were talking about earlier. There was two other people on here earlier who were sharing a few things about what's going on. I was sharing the things I'm going through. I think it has to do with maybe the holidays, you know? But I hope everything resolves itself, lady. And you know, if there's something you can change, that you do, that you do change it. Robert, I think Lady Sky wants to get to know you a little bit better. Y'all should try to get each other's phone numbers to connect. You two are not too far apart either. Oh goodness. Does anybody know what kind of flower this is? Robert wants to hear Lady Sky. You know what? Let me blow out my candle before I forget. I'm I've got the fall farmhouse. It is spice, cypress, and amber. from Walmart. Lady, what is going on? Yeah, something is really going on with Lady, but I pray that everything gets better. Did anybody see that plane crash in Louisiana? I think it happened today or in the evening. I was getting the scoop on it right before I came live. Oh. Y'all, I'm going to end this live because I want to go watch somebody else's live stream. His name is Devori Darkins, if you want to go watch. He talks about politics and news. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciated your company. Y'all helped me get through washing my dishes. It went by so fast. I'll try to come back on tomorrow sometime, but for sure I will be on tomorrow morning with my Bible time at 7-ish Arizona time. Peace be with you, and know that Jesus Christ loves you the most. I'll see y'all next time. Yeah, I gotta go, lady. I've been on for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I'm sorry. See you later.